Give us the feel right now. I mean, obviously right now probably a little bit tired just waking up, but being back, fight week, I mean, it's been a long time, right? What's the emotion, the feel like right now for you?
I've been pretty calm and cool this whole time. Just really confident in my preparation, so I'm not worried as much as I usually am.
Do you take something from that? Is there something there for you to learn or to understand that you're not feeling that way?
I think it's just experience, time in, and also just the preparation, man. It's really good training camp.
Yeah, no question. Obviously, didn't get to fight in April, understandably so. Is this the matchup you wanted? I mean, were you happy that when you came back that yes, we were able to keep this one together, or did it matter to you at all?
No, it didn't really matter. Yeah, I'm ready to fight anybody.
Nice. She came in here earlier and told us, she understands she can't fight the way she did the first time. Yes, she got the victory, but you were beating her up to that point. What do you take out of that first fight? Because I know the result was terrible, but the performance was amazing up to that point. So what did you take away from that first one?
What did I take away? For me, I just got to get better, and that's basically all I focused on. And as far as, what her saying that, obviously it's only 3 rounds versus 5, so she can't sit back and wait, and we're ready for that.
When you looked at that fight, though, you said, I know I need to get better. I mean, was there any party that also said, I was looking pretty damn good up to that point, too? I mean, I think a lot of people thought it was an amazing performance from you.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people were saying, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know, my striking had gotten a lot better, but it's also Andrade kind of made me look good just by standing there and taking everything.
Fair enough. And last thing for me, I mean, this would be a big win for you here. Obviously, you're a big name in the sport. I mean, are you thinking titles and where you rank in the division, and should you be fighting for a championship, or is that not the way you're looking at things right now?
No, I'm just looking at what's right in front of me, and that's this fight. Obviously, that's always the goal, and that's always something that. But even then, I really enjoyed just being me, and not having the belt attached to that. Even though I'm always going to be a champion, but it's just been cool just to focus on this fight, and that's it.
I was in Rio when you fought Jessica Andrade, and I admit I never thought I would see you fighting again after everything you said in the post-fight presser. How was the mental process of deciding to get back in camp again and take out fights, especially against the one girl you fought in Rio last fight?
Yeah, it's been a long process. I definitely went through some different grieving processes. I went through the whole, pointing the finger everywhere else, and then pointing it back at myself, and then making those adjustments, and then still feeling, like holding on to that, and then letting it go again, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, but I went through all that, and here I am now, just like ready for a fight.
Was there a moment that you just woke up and thought, okay, I gotta go back, or was this a long process of thinking about it?
No, I knew that there's always, even before the fight happened, I wanted to be more of an active fighter. So I knew that there's a part of me that wanted to get right back in there as soon as that happened. But at the same time, I knew that I had to be 100% committed, and I had to be 100% interested, because I was kind of getting bored with training. I was just not very inspired by anything. So I knew that that's just not a safe way to fight, even as good as I am. Like, I have to be interested. Otherwise, it's already not a safe sport, but if you're not interested, it's like super dangerous. So with that being said, that's why I didn't want to do it anymore. But there's always going to be, no matter when I know when to hang it up, I know I'm still always going to want to fight. I'm always going to be competitive. But even when I'm, 80 years old, can barely walk,
Do you attribute getting your interest back to one thing in particular, or did that just come back over time from taking a break and being away from the sport for a little bit?
My interest in coming back, is that what you said?
Fighting, you said you lost interest
yeah.
in fighting and stuff. Was there one thing that brought it back? Or?
Not just one thing. I think it's just I mean, definitely going back to Minnesota to train with my old coach, Greg Nelson, was like a huge. There was a bunch of like huge things like that kind of just, helped the process along. Like going back to Lithuania, like basically getting back to my roots and remembering, like doing all the things that that kind of I forgot about and what got to the wayside. Just being on this journey. So like getting back to my family and all that stuff. And then just remembering how to be a martial artist again, not focusing so much on just being a fighter, but just being a ninja, and that's really all there is to it, and it makes my job a lot easier.
Obviously, no one really wants to be competing under circumstances like this with the coronavirus and stuff like that. But is there a silver lining in the fact that because it's so unusual, you don't get those sort of classic feelings of fight week and then fight week nerves and sort of get into your own head? Is there a silver lining to be found that it's all a bit different?
Yeah. Like I've said it before that like obviously the whole global pandemic is a tragedy, but at the same time like there's been a lot of huge benefits that I've found to this, not just with the fight week being a little bit different, but I've always been kind of a social distancer just in general, and I've really cut out a bunch of other things that like I didn't even know that I was doing that I didn't want to do. So it's really been a huge perspective shifter for me, and I can definitely see like the positive impact that it has on a lot of other people's lives, because I mean everybody that I know is growing gardens and realizing the importance of knowing where your food comes from. Like that's been huge. So there's been a lot of silver linings in this whole process.
I know you don't want to look past Jessica, but I think if you win, the UFC have already expressed an opinion in excitement in seeing you versus Zhang Weili. Is there something about fighting a new champion? Because when you're a champion, even though your reign wasn't like super, super long, everyone's sort of so dominant. Is there something in fighting a new champion that excites you?
I think just fighting Weili Zhang is exciting in itself. I mean, she's a super, super traditional martial artist. Like she's just her skill set in general. I think just what makes her and unique is like that's unique to her. I think that's what makes it exciting. It being a new champ. I mean, yeah, I guess that kind of plays into it, but I think it's mostly just what she brings to the table.
You mentioned that you were able to cut a few things that you were doing in your life because of the pandemic. Can you give us any examples of the things you were able to get rid of because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, I would definitely like cooked at home more. Now I'm like trying to think off the top of my head. Just like even just like the simple like driving to a gym and back. Like, I mean, I don't live that far from my gym, but just training at home and like right after to like working out and being able to just jump right into an ice bath or a shower is like that was everything. And then be able to just like be right at home and like not have to, it just was a lot more convenient as far as like the training is concerned. I know there's a bunch of other little things, but I can't really remember off the top of my head.
Is bow and arrow something you were always done, or is this like something you started doing now? Yeah,
it's something that I've kind of like dabbled in a little bit on the side, but it's still it has been a little bit of a challenge to find the time to totally delve into it. But yeah, I really that's stuff that I always like to do, and I can't wait I want to go like for real hunting, like duck hunting, and take my dog with me, and I think that'll be really cool one day.
Does that help you at all? You prepare for a fight?
I mean, I think anything that gets me out in nature and that's getting me more connected to just my more like primal senses, and I think anything like that, like gardening or just hiking or hunting, like all that stuff is very important for, I think, just human beings, but also like fighters in general, because we're so like our job is so primal.